Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. In this one today, I'm going to be showing you how you can create some pretty amazing looking trees and foliage and other stuff like that. So there's one, there's another one, and here is a little plant, and we can actually change these on the go. And I'm going to show you how you can do it and how you can set it up. So let's do it. So, what I'm actually going to do is just create a brand new project. So, new project and procedural vegetation editor, YouTube. YouTube. There we go. We want to do it in this actually. Yeah, I'll show you how you do setup, and then I'll probably move back to the other project. Right. Okay, here we are in our brand new project. It's just a fresh project in the third person template. Let's just go to plugins and procedural, PURAL, vegetation editor. This is what we need to enable. So we're just going to enable this right here, like this. I'll just restart the engine. Okay, now with that enabled, what we need to do is go into our content folder. I'm just going to rename this, I don't know, PVE, and then right click in the event graph, right click in the content browser, actually. Go to PCG. It's not PCG. Where is it? Yeah, on foliage. So go to foliage and then procedural vegetation. Vegetation. Right, and now it's going to ask us which one do you want to do. You can use this or this. I'm just going to use the common hazel for now. Click create. Don't need to give it a name and just open it up. Sweet. Now let me try and dock this. Excuse me. There we go. And this has generated us a nice looking tree thing. Now, you will see that if we click on any of these nodes, it will start to display what this node is and what it's doing, right? What we want to do is press Control L on our keyboard, and it will lock the viewport to this exact node. So if I click this node now, it doesn't do anything, right? Now, if you want to edit these, I mean, obviously you can create this from scratch if you really wanted to. Create your own preset, and then you just add these nodes and you can build it yourself, but there's already a template here, so we might as well just use it. So I'm going to go to carve, and this is, where does it say it? Chooses the basis for trimming the plant structure, length from the root, bottom height, world Z, or radial distance. Now you can actually go and drag this slider up and watch the plant appears. So you can actually grow this from the root. So this is pretty cool. Like if you wanted to grow plants in your game, this potentially could be a way you could do it. As you can see, it's sprouting and sprouting and sprouting like this, right? Sound. Now, another thing you can do is do from bottom like this, and let's just reset this to 0. And then you can see the difference that this makes. It makes the leaves or the roots a lot shorter. Oops. As you can see, the base of the tree or the bush is getting shorter the more we increase the distance, and we can make this like kind of like bushy area. Pretty sick. And then if we go back to the root, keep in mind that this value here, you can only do it for each one of these. So if I change this to 0.4, it'll be 0.4 for this, and it's just basically, you basically just pick one of these to change. That's all you do. You can't change them all. So I'm going to do something like from bottom, and oh, wait, actually no, we'll do this. Let me just play around with some of these settings. Right, we'll do this. I like this. Now, let's change the gravity, because we can make the plant kind of slope over. And the way we do that is increase the gravity. So as you can see, the plant is now sloping over. And you can obviously change the direction if you wanted to do that. Like this. Something like that. And then we can go to scale, which is pretty self-explanatory. We can make this huge like this. And I'm just going to try and make something a little bit weird. Why not? Yeah, like that. And then obviously remove branches does exactly what it says in the tin, which is remove the branches. Make it, this would be good for maybe like a winter style. So if you had like a winter map, you could remove some of the branches and then, you know, add some leaves very sparingly. The mesh builder just removes the points, so you can see that it will go like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then this one curves it a little bit more. I think this probably helps with performance. I'm not sure. Somebody can probably let me know in the description below, in the comment below. And bone reduction, if we go to here where it says default, go to bones, you see here, and this should reduce the amount of bones or increase it. So we've just increased it and increase it, and we get less bones. Now I imagine this is for wind and stuff. So if we have more bones, that better wind will look on the mesh. Let's just change this back, and I'm just gonna go and put it back to default. It doesn't actually change the appearance. I just imagine that if it's windy, it'll be changing that. Okay. Next is the foliage palette, which is actually a really, really cool node. So what we're going to do is just enable foliage infos, and the index here, I want to show you what you can do. So let me think. Let's go onto Fab and search for some 3D assets, right? Now, to fully demonstrate this, I am going to go to nature and plants, and what could we add? How do you spell bauble? I'm not going to try and spell bauble. Decoration. Look for a little decoration. I don't know, pumpkin. Let's do this. Add this to the project. And just imagine this was a leaf. I'm just going to do this to demonstrate it. We can go to static mesh, jack o' lantern, and hopefully it's not too big. And it is massive. Great. So here you can see it is spawning these lanterns, these pumpkins onto this. And if we go into foliage distributor, we should be able to change the scale of these. So as you can see, we now have a pumpkin plant, which is pretty sick. It basically just spawns them wherever you want to spawn leaves. Obviously, if you wanted to do an autumn theme, you could have some green plants, green leaves, and obviously some brown ones. That's something you could do. Obviously, you can change the instance spacing, so you can make it more compact, like this, where the leaves are more bunched up, or you could spread the leaves out like this. Pretty sick. That. Is there anything else? Well, yes, there is. So you can change the base scale of the foliage, or you can make it a lot smaller, like that. I can do this because I like the look of this. It actually looks pretty good. And then the last thing you need to do is go to wait one sec. I forgot to do this. Open project settings, and then we need to go and type in nanite foliage experimental, but don't worry, it's fine. And what's this one? Voxels VO voxels. In it. All right, nanite foliage. Right, okay, and then let's just restart and save. Okay, let's open up our previous concoction, and here we have our custom custom tree, I guess. So here in the min and max scale, let's just do 0.01. Some of these pumpkins will go really, really small, and do 0.3. So you can see some of these are really, really small. Let's change this back just so we've got a little bit of variation. Some are small and some are larger. And then the last thing we need to do is just check here. You can do static or skeletal mesh. I recommend skeletal because then we can make use of the wind effects, which is here. So we can actually export this now and export, yep, that. Okay, successfully exported. And let's go and place it in our level. So what was it called? It was called like Hazel something. And to find it, you're not going to find it in your content folder. You need to actually go into the content browser here, clicking Control and Space, click the little cog icon, and it is in, is it engine content? It's one of these. One of these. Where is it? This one. Should be a skeletal mesh, so we can actually go and filter it. Skeletal mesh. And I will open the exact folder where it is to show you. So right click, open in showing folder view, and here it is. All engine plugins, procedural vegetation editor, sample assets, and tree common hazel. Let's drag this into our level, and here we go. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these pumpkins, but it shouldn't look like that. Look, so see if that helps. Do. Ah, okay, right. So I get what's going on here. So we are using the pumpkin mesh, but we're still using the leaves asset. So let me see if I can actually sort this out. Here, foliage meshes, and it should be on here somewhere. Not this. Right, okay. It turns out I actually don't know as much as I thought because I don't really know how to change it. I just know that it's using the leaf asset, and I'm guessing it's in here somewhere. But I don't really know how you change it because it seems like this is read only. If anybody knows how to actually change this, let me know because it would be pretty cool to add some pumpkins onto the branches of this tree. I swear I've done this before, but maybe not. Well, maybe you can teach me something. That's going to do for today's video. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you sticking around to the end of the video. If you like the video, make sure you like it. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe. Check out the Patreon for all of the project files. They're pretty much all free. So have a go on that, and I'll catch you later. Peace.